Hi. Um, Decided to try out one of these vlogs. I had done three other videos showing you my tarot cards that I posted in my live journal. But this one's just going to be me rambling on. Oh yeah, and I did that one because I had too much coffee one night, and yeah, didn't go to bed till 4:30 that night. um, that's what caffeine does to me. Um, or too much caffeine at any rate. Um, yeah. So, hi. Uh, how did I happen upon Anne Rice? Well, I was in university, my second year. It was 1992, and I was in a fencing club. I was taking a lot of English courses, history. I took French and a psychology course. I took a philosophy course. But it was mostly English and history. I really loved English. English was my subject. I really loved it. Um, anyway, I was in a fencing club, and um, we had gone to a fencing tournament in Halifax, Nova Scotia. So we all traveled down, and we were in the hotel one night watching Dark Shadows, which most of you know is a whole vampire drama fiction thing with Barnabas Collins and all that. And we got talking about our common, me and the one of the girls got talking about our common interest in vampires. The whole vampire literature and movies and whatnot. So we got talking about it, and she had mentioned to me that I should try out some Anne Rice. I didn't know who Anne Rice was. Never heard the name before. So, she said she was a really good author and I should try her out and that I'd really like her. So when I got back home, I was in the university library one day studying and decided to take a break. And so I looked up Anne Rice to see if they had any Anne Rice books in the university library. And I found one. They had Interview with a Vampire. So I checked it out and took it home and I read it in one night. I was hooked. And I really fell in love with the character Lestat. Don't ask me why, because he was a royal asshole in that book. Yes. But I don't know, just something about him. So I read that book twice more. And I decided to go to the bookstore to see if I could find it so I could buy it. I didn't find Interview with the Vampire, but I found The Vampire Lestat and Queen of the Damned. So I bought them and I read them and I fell in love with Lestat even more. So from then on, I had later on found a copy of Interview with the Vampire and bought it, as well as Tale of the Body Thief and Memnoch the Devil, and what was after that? I can't think. It was either the Vampire Armand or Pandora. I have both anyway. Yeah, so that's how I discovered Anne Rice. I had been obsessed with vampires and vampire movies and vampire stories since I was 5 years old. Started with Dracula. And yes, I read Bram Stoker's Dracula. Um, so, yeah, that's how I found Anne Rice. Um, Now, the forums that I've been on, I had started, it was, I think, 2000 or 2001, I'm not sure. I was babysitting, and the people I babysat for had internet. This was right around the time that all we had was dial up, and it was slow as cold molasses. Like, really slow. I hated dial up. But anyway, that's all we had. This was before DSL and then cable internet, and now there's this thing called fiber op. I went online and was looking for information on Anne Rice and her books. And I found this message board called Chelsea Deliancourt's Haven or something like that. It was just a bunch of people. Some of them would play the vampires, and then the other ones would like start up these fan fiction stories with them. And that was pretty much that. Someone there had posted a link to Dark of Cravens that I clicked on and went to and thought, oh, this is a really cool site. So I joined and stayed on that site for quite a few years. It went through a lot of changes. I met a lot of cool people there, like Hannah and her mother. And I met Michelle there. Hi, Michelle. And Vicina, I met you there as well, I believe. Hi, Vicina. It was really fun there. I enjoyed it. And that was also where I met one of my roommates that I had back then, Mel. I lived with her for a year, and I had traveled down to New Orleans with her my first time back in 2003. That was a fun trip, really fun. I met Hannah and her mother down there for the first time. I'm still in contact with Hannah and her mother. I have them on my Facebook and stuff. Actually, Hannah moved to the province that I live in, so I'll probably go and make a trip up to where she is and visit her and stuff eventually. So that's pretty much my brief history in the online world of vampire role-playing. I've been on a lot of other forums since Dark of Cravens, Mortal Sojourns, Sublime Requiem, which was a really fun forum. I loved it there. It just recently closed. I'm still in contact with a lot of people from it, though. That's pretty much all I want to say about that right now. Could talk a little bit about my how I got into tarot again. That I got into when I was in junior high. A friend of mine then, she learned how to read tarot from her aunt, and one day we were at the school had this winter carnival thing or something, and we had set up a booth where we were reading tarot cards. They weren't actual tarot cards. It was just a deck of playing cards, but we read them like tarot cards. That was fun. That's pretty much my first time ever really experiencing anything like that, in terms of divination. Later on, I started buying tarot cards, and really studying them and reading books on them and stuff. That's like, I don't know how old I was. I think 17 when I bought my first tarot deck, like actual tarot deck. It was a Rider-Waite based tarot deck. It wasn't an actual Rider-Waite deck, but it was sort of like a Rider-Waite clone. And then I kind of put it away for a few years and didn't really get into it. And then in New Orleans, my second time down there, we had ventured into this little vampire boutique shop place, and there were these vampire tarot cards on the shelf. And I said, oh, that's cool, vampires and tarot cards. And I was kind of drawn to them for some reason. Beyond my own interest in vampires, something else was drawing me to them, so I bought them. And when I opened the package, when I got them back in my hotel, I noticed that I was getting, it's kind of hard to explain, but I was getting these vibes from the cards. And I noticed that I could actually see things with them when I use them to read for other people. So yeah, that's when I really started getting serious into it. Was with that deck, which I still have, but not. I don't have the original one that I bought because that got ruined. So I bought another set, the same set, and I still use it. And I have, as you know, 33, something. I don't know. I got 2 more in the mail actually a couple days ago, and I got 1 more coming probably Monday or Tuesday, which I may do a video on once I get here. The last set. I have 2 here, but I'll do the video with all 3. Yeah, so that's how I got into that. As far as telling you anything about me personally, I live in a small province in Canada, and I've been working in call centers for over 10 years. The one I'm at now I really love. It's one of the better call centers in the city. I work for, and I'm sure most of you probably heard of this brand, Wyndham is who I work for. We own several hotels, and I get discounts on those hotels wherever I travel, wherever there's one, which is kind of cool. I also get discounts on the resorts too, which is also kind of cool because there's lots of resorts all over the world that we have. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And this is really just a short video to say hi to people and just to sort of, I don't know, ramble on like I'm doing. And my window's open and I can smell barbecue. Somebody's got a barbecue going somewhere. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Till I do another one of these things, which I don't know when that will be. I was doing overtime last week, so I really didn't get around to doing one of these then because I was just going to work, coming home, going to bed, going to work, coming home, going to bed. But that's all done with now. There's no more overtime. They're not offering anymore. The new people that we just hired are all trained up now, so yeah, so that's pretty much it. Hope you all have a wonderful day wherever you are, a wonderful night, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.